going on, guys? TrickzKamikaze here, and today we are going to be discussing how strong would Deku be if he didn't have a quirk. And this is just a little theory I've had on my mind. It's nothing too big, I just wanted to make a video about it and discuss it. So we're going to be comparing Deku to some of the other heroes in My Hero Academia, and we're going to bring in some other people from other series like Marvel and DC, just to gauge how strong he should be at like max human level without any powers. But even without powers, there is some supernatural abilities in My Hero Academia, like just physically wise. And I'll get on to that later in the video. But do me a favor, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. It'll greatly show your support. And if you want to see more content like this, just press the subscribe button and you'll see more. And without further ado, let's get on to the video. Okay, so we're going to examine his training with All Might. It's going to help us go over his speed, strength, and stamina, and whatever he worked on those past few months. Okay, so with this picture here, you can see he was attempting to pull All Might with the refrigerator. And a 2-door refrigerator weighs around 250 to 350 pounds. Which for Midoriya, that was a lot because he hasn't trained at all before that. And that's not even including All Might's weight. All Might weighs around 496 pounds. So already at a young age, he's doing immense strength training that he should not be doing at all. And granted, he shouldn't be able to move that at all, but it just shows what All Might expects him to be able to do even without a quirk. Now we're going to get somebody from another series in here. Batman is the definition of peak human level, like he's trained to the utmost max of human ability. And in most comics, he can lift at least 1,000 pounds. And it's also been shown that he can leg press at least 2,500 pounds. So in terms of what Batman can do in his universe, that's pretty insane. And in our world, the number one strongest person can lift at least 1,000 pounds. So for him to be the number one hero without any powers, he's gonna have to do at least that, at least. So we're gonna fast forward in some of the Midoriya training with All Might, and as you can see, he's holding All Might while doing lunges. Now if you remember what I said before, All Might weighs 496 pounds, so the fact he was able to do that in 10 months is actually kinda insane. Because being able to lift that in 10 months is believable, but being able to do lunges while carrying that much amount of weight is insane. And this just shows how hard he's able to work and how determined he is to work. So for all you guys that say he doesn't work hard, well, just look at this. And boy oh boy, I don't know how Deku did it. I don't know how he did it, but he did the impossible. My man is taking a step from Barry Allen by saying, if you're not gonna do the impossible, be the impossible. He was able to move desks, trucks, and etc. a whole bunch of those in one night. And not even just moving it, he stacked them on top of each other. He went from barely being able to move 45 pounds to moving that much weight in such a short amount of time. And to give you guys an idea of how strong he is, I'm going to use the tow truck on the top as an example. At least I'm going to assume it's a tow truck because why not? So he went from barely being able to lift 45 pounds to being able to lift 48,000 pounds. And that's not including everything he moved in that morning. From the video itself, it looks like there's at least a couple dozen vehicles in there. And to be able to move that non-stop early in the morning, that not only requires strength, but that requires endurance. And stamina, because he had to be going back and forth non-stop. Now, I can't calculate all of that stuff itself because I can't tell how much stuff he's actually carrying, but if I had to guess, it would probably be around 200,000 pounds at least. Because I mean, look at it, that tow truck was 48,000 pounds itself. I mean, that's crazy. So just with that alone, he already has an insane amount of power, and he's only gonna get more and more and more stronger as time goes on. And of course, he's still gonna be behind everybody else because he doesn't have a quirk at this point. And I don't see him getting into UA because he needed that quirk to be able to get inside UA, because he wasn't gonna be doing anything without it. Because in order to fight that big robot, he was gonna need some type of quirk. He wasn't gonna be able to do that regardless. Which I might add is kind of crazy considering how much garbage he moved and how many trucks and stuff he moved. So I feel like even without the quirk, he should have been able to fight that robot. Like, that was a lot of stuff he pushed. But of course, strength isn't the deciding factor of if you could be the number one hero even without a quirk. There's a lot of stuff you gotta factor in. Mental strength, how fast you are, how effective you are. There's a lot of possibilities and a lot of stuff you have to achieve. Which, don't get me wrong, Deku has an amazing chance of, like, he's already smart as is because he studies a lot, but he's not going to surpass some of these heroes that have quirks that literally help them get smart, like way smarter than usual. Like, look at Principal Nezu for an example. His quirk allows him to basically be a genius. He's actually one of the smartest people in My Hero Academy, so you can study all you want, but if you're gonna have any chance of being smarter than him, you're gonna have to train under him. But even if he doesn't have a quirk, he can't, if he's strong enough to handle it, he could just use those equipments that they make for the UA students, for the heroes. There's no telling how crazy he can get with just that equipment alone and his strength. He can definitely make great progress depending on what they make, but of course we're never gonna know that unless they were to make a series like this, but I completely doubt that. So all I'm really gonna say is, if Deku wanted to be the #1 hero, it's gonna require hard work and a lot of help from other people. But hey, at least he's not gonna be breaking his arms anytime soon, am I right? But that's really all I have to say for today. If you guys like the video, please leave a like on it. It will show your support. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. My socials are going to be in the description below, and I will see you guys later.